My name is Zeenath Reza Khan. I'm a program director for freshman and pathway programs at UW College and assistant professor for Faculty of Engineering. And I'm also the president for the Center for Academic Integrity in the UAE. It's an absolute pleasure for my co-author, Sheila Wallace, who's the director for um, student services and registrars, and myself to be presenting this poster at the QQI 10th anniversary conference. The title of our poster is Students as Champions Towards Campus-Wide Efforts in Building a Culture of Integrity. We have seen over and over that there is enough studies out there that looks at students' perceptions of academic integrity and misconduct, what influences their attitudes, and if that has an impact on whether they're perhaps going to be, how they're going to be behaving during assessments. Also, there's plenty of studies that actually highlight proactive modules that really help in bringing about a culture of integrity on campus, such as training modules, communities of practice, so on and so forth. Now, we know from existing literature already and experience that students are actually the best advocates for academic integrity on campus, and they are amazing at helping us develop a culture of integrity. And they can actually be very amazing, deterrents to academic misconduct issues on campus. So then the question becomes, how can campuses adopt holistic approaches that will encourage students to become active participants in advocating for academic integrity values on campus? What we did was we looked at the kind of challenges and barriers that we were facing in inviting students, or other people, schools, universities were facing in having students involved. And there's a host of challenges and barriers, from peer pressure to seeing double standards on campus with different teachers, different faculty members behaving differently to different misconducts and different students. Fear factor that if they're somehow involved, it somehow reflects back on them. Missing the personal connection. Why do I need to do it? What's the benefit for me? How does it help me? Doesn't feel ownership towards the campus, towards the work, towards the message. Doesn't see value. Not aware of the chance or opportunity that is existing, and I'm just generally unfamiliar with the expectations, policies and practices, and instructions given. So with that understanding of the challenges and barriers, what we did was we took baby steps. We started by first getting students to help volunteer, participate in events, and then volunteer in events. Events like not just, oh, okay, look, we are talking about academic. What do you think about it? Not like that, but having like fun things like debates where we had staff and students talking about, are SMLs really ethical businesses? How do they get social license to operate and things like that? So, having those really mind-boggling and sometimes, scandalous topics to discuss and debate, and having events like that really helped push and got students involved and interested, that they came back and said, we want to do more. And the following years, then the same kind of students came back, the same body of students, and now they were organizing the events instead of just being volunteers or participating. And then that continued on, and they became organizers, initiating their own ideas of events that they wanted to do surrounding academic integrity. Led to us hosting international conferences. In fact, students got so involved in those dialogues, they wanted to now do research, and they wanted to be involved in the research with us. And then that led to their publications as authors, co-authors, first authors. We've been doing a host of events like that, which has left immense amount of footprints on campus and beyond campus. We have a Center for Academic Integrity. We have collaboration with different campuses, universities, schools. So we are not just looking at our university students as ambassadors anymore. Over the last 7 years, we've had 77 ambassadors that have gone through this process, with more than 20 events and programs that they have coordinated and co-created, and that have led more than than 20,000 unique experiences on students from across K-12 schools up to universities and beyond. So I think the key message here is that we need to keep exploring steps to include students as partners and co-creators in conversation on academic integrity, because it is very important that we develop an understanding of how we can include students effectively in not just events, but even in dialogues on academic integrity policies and procedures that impact them and their learning journeys. And finally, examining how we can really focus continuous training and triage that can help in making students feel ready and heard. So it's not just we're taking from them; they're also feeling, yes, this is about us. This is about all of us, and we need to take a collective stand to help everybody. So ultimately, that in a nutshell is what we wanted to present.